Hey guys, James Sain here. Let's talk about the Sigma Art 18-35 f1.8 lens. It's been described as a YouTuber's lens. And it is a great lens. The question is, does it make too much noise while focusing to be used? Now, some quick basic information. It's for the APS-C DSLR cameras. It's not compatible with full-frame cameras. It's an amazing f1.8 throughout the entire 18-35mm focal length range. It has a 72mm filter size, and it's available for multiple brands like Canon, Sony, Nikon, to name a few. There is a USB dock that can be used to update the lens firmware and adjust parameters such as focus, but my lens was sharp right out of the box with no tweaking whatsoever. The two drawbacks, as I see it, are one, it's a heavy lens at 28.6 ounces. That's more than the Canon 90D body only, which is 24.6 ounces. And the Canon 80D is 25.7 ounces. So together, that's a lot to handhold of vlogging. Now, there are a number of YouTube videos out there saying, beware, this lens is too noisy, don't buy this lens. Well, let's do a few tests and see how it works with audio, how it works with audio and music, and how it works with minor audio tweaking. So let's take a look at the videos. Okay, so if you are using the Sigma Art 18-35, the lens does make some noise when it shifts in and out of focus. And if you're using an external mic or a USB mic that's nowhere near the camera, you don't hear it at all, not in the least. Now, I picked the worst case scenario. I was using the audio from the Canon 90D to see if it picks up the sound. So let's play this first clip. There's two clips together, and this is the Canon 90D audio. Now, some quick basic information. So if there's no talking, if there's no talking, you can hear the lens focus. But if you're sitting there talking, and then there's a change in focus, it doesn't make too... Okay, so we can hear that clearly. So let's fix it one of two ways. I've duplicated the clip here, and I'm gonna use Alex Audio Butler because that's one of the easiest ways. So I'll go to Audio. I'm gonna go to this first track here, the VST3 Tools Unimule Alex Audio Butler, and on A1, I'm gonna use that for voice, and then I'm gonna double click on here and say that it's a constant source because it came from one source, the Canon 90D. And I want a natural compression, and then we'll see what that sounds like. Now, some quick basic information. So if there's no talking, if there's no talking, you can hear the lens focus. But if you're sitting there talking, and then there's a change in focus, it doesn't make too much noise. Let's see. Okay, so that does correct it some, but not completely. So let's look at a second way of fixing it. Let's see if we can make the noise go away completely. I'm just going to pick this one single clip, copy it, paste it over here, and then we will use, we're going to edit this in Adobe Audio, right click on it, and choose Edit in Adobe Audition. Let me bring this over to a screen where you can see it. All right, so here at the very beginning is that noise. So what we want to do is isolate that noise. So I'm going to drag this out to here. Then I'm going to hit Shift plus P. And it tells me the current audio selection will be captured and loaded as a noise print for use the next time noise reduction effect is launched. Don't show it again. I'll say OK, and then I'm going to hit Control plus A to choose everything, and then Control plus Shift plus P. Oh, let me bring this over here where you can see it. And then I'm going to apply this effect. Now let's hear what it sounds like. So if there's no talking, okay, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and close. Well, do I want to save it? Yes, I do want to save it. And then we'll go back to the clip. So if there's no talking, if there's no talking, you can hear the lens focus. But if you're sitting there talking, and then there's a change in focus, it doesn't make too much noise. Let's see. So very easy to get rid of the noise using Adobe Audition. Now I haven't tweaked the audio. The audio needs to be improved upon because it's just captured with the Canon 90D. So number one, if you're using an off-camera mic, you won't hear the Sigma Art 18 to 35 focusing, but it's easy to get rid of in Adobe Audition. It's also easy to get rid of somewhat, not completely, in using Audio Butler. And then you can also, if you add music, and then if you use any music, let's just add some music here. And then let's turn down the gain. You can see it. I'm just going to take a guess at -22. And then we'll play this with some background music. Yes, as I do in most of my videos, a lot of people do. So if there's no talking, if there's no talking, you can hear the lens focus. But if you're sitting there talking and then there's a change in focus, it doesn't make too much noise. Let's see what that... Okay, so it doesn't take it away completely. It minimizes the effect. So if you're going to use the on-camera microphone, you will experience hearing noise as the Sigma Art 18 to 35 shifts in and out of focus. But let's do a test with a Rode video mic. Okay, so now this is a test with the Rode Video Go mic, not the Pro, not the PRO, but the GO, and we'll see what it's like. I'm also using the USB mic so that I can show you when you have an off-camera mic, as it goes in and out of focus, it doesn't make, you don't hear it at all using a USB mic or an external mic. But let's make it shift focus here. And so if you're talking, and as I shift focus, of course if I'm getting away from this microphone that won't sound too good, but as I'm talking and shifting focus. Okay, so now this is a test with the Rode Video Go mic, not the Pro, not the PRO, but the GO, and we'll see what it's like. I'm also using the USB mic so that I can show you when you have an off-camera mic, as it goes in and out of focus, it doesn't make, you don't hear it at all using a USB mic or an external mic. But let's make it shift focus here. And so if you're talking, and as I shift focus, of course if I'm getting away from this microphone that won't sound too good, but as I'm talking and shifting focus, using the USB mic so that I can show you when you have an off-camera mic, as it goes in and out of focus, it doesn't make, you don't hear it at all using a USB mic or an external mic. But let's make it shift focus here. And so if you're talking, and as I shift focus, of course if I'm getting away from this microphone that won't sound too good, but as I'm talking and shifting focus. Okay, so is the Sigma Art 18 to 35mm lens too noisy in the YouTube studio? No, with a caveat. If you're using the onboard camera microphone, perhaps yes, and it can be mitigated by audio tweaking or removing completely with Adobe Audition. Now, the built-in camera mic should be your last choice in audio, and if you're using an off-camera mic, then it's not an issue at all. And if you're using a quality shotgun mic, then it's not an issue either. I 100% recommend this lens because of the many factors, the most of which is the continuous f1.8 at all focal length ranges. Now, if you're concerned, like I was, about the sound of the autofocus, I hope this addresses that concern. Now, where I would not recommend the lens is with vlogging due to the weight of the lens and the lack of image stabilization missing from the lens build. Aside from that, this is a great lens that I think you'll be happy with. I know that I am. If you find this video helpful, hit the like button. It would help my channel out, and consider subscribing to my channel, and if so, remember to turn on notifications so that you don't miss when the next video is posted. Alright, thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next video.